Today we're doing section 4.6, day 4, and we're going to discuss how to graph cotangent. So I'm aware, I believe I have a typo on your paper. It says graphing tangent, so it's a graphing cotangent. This is very similar to yesterday's lesson. The only thing that's different is the asymptotes are now negative pi to positive pi, rather than the pi over 2 to positive pi over 2. The other difference is that if A is positive, cotangent looks like this. If A is negative, it looks like that. So notice a positive cotangent is a negative tangent and vice versa. So again, I'm not sure if the equation is written incorrectly on your paper or not. It should be 1/2 cotangent of pi over 2x. So if it's not that, please change it. So we're going to start by setting up our inequalities. So I have negative pi less than pi over 2x less than a positive pi. To solve, I need to get x by itself, so I'm going to multiply by 2 over pi. And again, I need to do that on both sides. So when I do that, the pi's are going to cancel, and I'm left with negative 2. So they cancel, and I'm left with x. And again, they cancel, and I'm left with 2. So my period is going to be 4, and my x-intercept will be at 0. Let's see. If I have an asymptote at negative 2 and positive 2, the period's 4. The next time an asymptote would happen at 6, and halfway between 2 and 6 is 4. And again, you can wait to do this part until you do your graph. Sometimes it helps to visually look at things. So we need to get our asymptotes on our paper. So I have an asymptote at negative 2 and at positive 2. And unfortunately, there's not enough space on the graph to get to the next asymptote happening at 6. I know halfway is right here at 0. And then halfway between the x-intercept and the asymptote is where we incorporate our amplitude value. So at negative 1, it's at a positive half. And then at positive 1, it's at a negative half. And remember, because the amplitude is positive, it looks like this. So it's nice and stretched out. You could definitely start this picture. It will look something like that for that piece. Our domain would be negative infinity to positive infinity, except multiples of 2, we could say. Actually, we have to say multiple every other multiple of 2, because 0 is a multiple of 2, and so is 4, so we have to say every other multiple of 2. And then our range is negative infinity to infinity. Okay, so that's all for today. We will do some practice on cotangent tomorrow.